For
my family. I'm gonna cry.
your husband.
I love you. Because you are my man. This is here. Yes. And he and I haven't talked. Yeah. So, you know, if I can talk to him.
5 minutes later.
No, I'm done. All right, done. Yeah, no. Like, I try this.
The charmed life that I have had is one that she has only dreamt of in her ashy dreams.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we'll be looking at the finale for the Real Housewives of Potomac. And yeah, you know, I'm not in my normal setup. I'm in Houston for work, and yeah, I'm a little bit tired because the end of this video, we're also going to be talking about Robin's sit down that she had on Watch What Happens Live with Andy. So yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, won it, securing the bag.
All right, so basically the episode starts with Ashley. She's over here going to lunch with her son, and Dean is mad. He don't want to be there. He over here hollering, screaming, having a tantrum. I'm just like, but you know, it's cute that she's trying to spend time with her son. She wants to basically show him that, you know, have like a mommy son time. I really like that aspect of Ashley. It's her redeemable quality, which is her kids, because she is messy. But she tells Dean, and she FaceTime her mom. She's like, yeah, you know, we finally got a house, but you know, and the house is in Arlington, Virginia, so that's like literally like 40 minutes away from me in Maryland. And she's like, yeah, you know, but we did buy the house in a joint LLC with Michael. And she was like, financially, it's just very smart for me right now. I'm just like, girl, that's like the dumbest mess I like, especially from an ex, because regardless of the fact that Ashley will co-own this property, but whoever is like the power of attorney or whatever holds more power of this property, he could do whatever he wants with this property. But I just feel like it's dumb, especially when you're divorcing, you're in the process of divorcing this man, and now he holds this, you know, piece of paper or this property with you that you're always going to be connected to him. And to be honest, I think that's something that Ashley wanted. I think Ashley says she wants to get a divorce, but I feel like she wants to still be connected to Michael, even though she has the kids with him. She also said in her confessional, she's like, yeah, you know, $1,300 mortgage is just financially not good for me right now. That's a lot. I'm like, that's a lot. Baby, I pay like $1,600 a month in rent. Like, I get it. You have a mortgage. Congrats. But no, ma'am. No, that's just dumb. I just think it's dumb. I'm sorry. So while the editors are over here doing like their montages, you know how they bounce from house to house to house, we see Giselle clean up her teardown, and we see Robin over here working out like one of the boys. So Kara's at home, and she's talking to her publicist Robin. Irony. And she's talking about basically her 3-wick candles and how she's ready to, you know, launch the new version of her candles. So I'm very happy with Kara. I still haven't got one of her candles, so hopefully I can order one. She calls Mia, and Mia tells her, like, you know, Karen, so you know, while at Robin's bachelorette party, you know, Charisse had a lot to say about you. You were a topic of discussion. You were the word on the street, as Giselle would say. And you know, Karen's just like, okay, like, what were they saying? She
Remember the time when you guys went out and you got missing, and come to find out you were having sex with a bartender?
Just like, yeah, you know, they were saying that you're doing this, that, and the third with this man at a restaurant, this, that, and the third, you know. And Karen's question was like, did you defend me? And Mia was honest. She was like, no.
Did you defend me?
No.
And so Karen's like, you know, okay, it is what it is, Mia. But she basically says that she's going to put her on like a timeout or a pause, because she's just like, if I'm your friend, then why wouldn't you want to defend me? Why wouldn't you want to take up for me? Why wouldn't you stand up for me in that moment when all these other women are degrading me and basically assassinating my character? But this happened to me before, where I was in a room with, you know, like-minded friends, and one of my best friends wasn't there. And then something came up with some other guy, and they were just like, y'all, guess what? You know, one of our friends, I got some tea I'm like, yes, some tea. Like, what's going on? You know, blah, blah, blah. So he's just like, yeah, you know.
One of our friends that love Ariana Grande is in some mess.
And I already knew that there's only one person in our friend group that loves Ariana Grande. The person I took to a concert to see Ariana Grande, my best friend. And like I said in the moment, I said, okay, if y'all want to talk about my best friend, first of all, I'm not going to be a part of this conversation, so we can end it now, or I can just go ahead and leave and y'all can have your conversation, because I'm not going to be a part of that. So I got my stuff like down the street, got in my car, called my best friend, like, look, ABC, Andy got something to say about you. I don't know what it is because I don't have the time to sit here and try to be a part of this, but I'm gonna let you know what's up. That's just the type of friend that I am. But you know, people, loyalty doesn't mean everything to people. Transport to Robin's house, and Robin's house, like, I saw her house on Instagram like a few weeks ago, and her house looks amazing. I love like her black walls that she had. I was like, girl, like, one thing about Robin is I think that she has great taste in like decor, and like her style's good. She do be looking common, she do be looking plain, but she give me like a roundaway type of girl, like a girl that we all know, like that, you know. She's like the girl that's like, okay, you know, she always gonna look nice, but she's never gonna look extravagant, but she gonna look nice. She gonna look good. She gonna fit what's gonna fit. But you know, Robin's Rob. You know, Robin's Rob. That sounds so shady, but Rob is Rob. So Rob's parents come over, and she basically tell them like, yeah, you know, we're going to go to Jamaica because Juan's brother is having a wedding there, and we're actually going to get married in Jamaica, have our wedding there. So the mother's pissed off. She's like, okay, so it's a month from now. Okay, so we're all going. Okay, that's cool. We're all going. And Robin's like, not necessarily. I just wanted this to be the four of us. And the mom's just confused on like, okay, I understand why you want to not have a big wedding, but I still don't understand it. So, I mean, I think her parents should be there, and I mean, spoiler alert, they do go. So Robin talks to her parents about, you know, them not judging her, even with all these rumors / truths that has been coming to light about Juan. So we see Mia go to her checkup for her swollen lymph node, and I saw the doctor's name, but then underneath it said dermatologist. So I was just like, okay, so the skin. Okay, so, and the doctor's basically telling me like, you know, you have like a skin condition, and it's something like with like a hyper, not pigmentation, but hyper rash of the skin. To me, it sounded like she had advanced stage of eczema.
They said you have cancer. They said it looks like you have lymphoma. I told you. I didn't want to say that. I don't play with fake announcements about your health.
But maybe, you know, she says not cancerous, not lymphomas, nothing crazy. So, you know, she's in the clear. The producers also rolled back all of the fabrications that Mia came up with. I don't want to say Mia lied, because it is concerning. Like, you know, it is concerning that you never know what's going on with your health. You know, knock on wood that nothing happens to any of you guys or myself. But, you know, Mia does fabricate, and so they rolled back on her fabrications. So then we see Giselle taking her daughters out for ice cream, and she, you know, finally gets to the point where she tells them that, you know, I have a fibroid, and, you know, they're gonna have to take out my uterus, and I have to get a hysterectomy, this, that, and the third.
So I have something in my uterus called a fibroid, and the last time they checked, it had like doubled in size.
They're like, okay, so you can't pee, you can't do this, you can't do that, but you know, you're not gonna have menopause, and this. It was a lot. But I mean, they're young, and I mean, these are questions, I mean, everyone should, I mean, ask, to be honest. But you know, Giselle, she said that she cried, cause the girl said, okay, when you found this news, what happened? She was like, yeah, I cried in the car. But with these situations, I'm kind of irritated with Giselle and the producers, because it's like, that could have been a redeemable quality for Giselle. That's another storyline. That's something that's thrown around, that Giselle doesn't really put out anything of her life. I feel like after the whole Sherman thing, she doesn't say anything about her life. She doesn't want anybody to, you know, speak on her life. And I feel like it could just make us be a little empathize with her a little bit more. But since she's so closed off, it's just like, okay, well, I don't really care. And, you know, it is what it is. Karen, she FaceTimes Wendy, and she tells the girls, like, you know, the girls talking mess. They talking mess, and Wendy is like, he basically tells Karen, like, you know, I'm not worried about what my enemies say. I'm worried about what my friends do. And you remember that story I just told earlier? I mean, same thing. I wouldn't let nobody just talk junk about my friend. Like, if they're gonna announce it, I'm gonna remove myself. But if they would have just said it, I would have stood up for my friend, period. I know Wendy looks gorgeous. So it's finally Candace's release party. And I'm just, I get a little irritated with Candace just because I'm just like, why are we inviting Giselle? Why? You're over here hugging her, you're kissing her, Chris is speaking to her. I'm just like, so you're gonna give her all this smoke at the reunion, which is fine. She deserves it. But why was she there? I'm just confused on that. So we see Giselle, she's still talking about the fake storyline with Chris, and you know, he said he's good of her. He said Giselle wants an apology. He's just like, I'm not giving an apology. There's nothing for me to say. I didn't do anything wrong, so what am I apologizing for? So, yeah. So all the girls start showing up. Everybody looks beautiful. Ashley tells Wendy that Mia... So Ashley tells Wendy, she's just like, so, you know, I haven't seen you, girl, in a minute, so what's been going on? What's been good? And, you know, Ashley tells Wendy, like, girl, so I heard that, you know, you wanted to eat Mia's cookie, girl. Like, what's going on? So Wendy's just like, no. She was like, she went over to me and was like, Mia, so you said I wanted to eat your box? As Candy would say. So Mia was like, no. Basically, Wendy was just like, she wanted to take a bite out of the Godiva. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I can see it, but I can't see it because, like I said, y'all went from tossing drinks to tossing salads. So I'm just confused, you know? So Candace gets up and she makes her speech and she cries.
My family, I'm gonna cry! Oh, thank you.
And she thanks everyone for coming, and she also thanks her man. It's so cute. I love that Chris is like in love with Candace. Like, you know, she's speaking about him, she's tearing up, he's tearing up. I'm just like, yeah, Chris, that's my man.
No matter.
So yeah, we love Candace. I just want her to just like stop playing nice with these girls, please. So we see Candace on video Insecure, and I mean, I've seen it before, like months ago, and it was good. I think, is the song like something I love? No. But is it like a 7 out of 10? Yeah, I think it's a solid song. I thought Trina was great. It's not something I would put on my playlist. I haven't put on my playlist. There's no shade. It's not like my favorite. I have like more songs on her album that I love. But, you know, so Karen heads to Giselle, and Karen says, well, you know, I know what went down with Mia, and Mia right now, she's on pause. I'm trying to figure out to myself, like, how is it Mia's fault and not Sharice's? But it is what it is. Like, Mia did say the whole prostitute thing, right? So Giselle said, did she also tell you that she called you a prostitute? So Karen's mouth hit the ground.
No, she missed that part.
The opportunity to explain why she called Karen a prostitute, because I was just being messy.
She was over here gagged, and Giselle just said, you know what, I was being messy. And I can admit the fact that she's being messy, because I'm just like, please acknowledge it. Mia comes over, and Mia was like, wait, what? I said, what about prostitute? And I don't know why the girls want people to, a lot of people just like with Ashley, they were just like, well, why don't you just go ahead and just say what it is so we can get past this rumor and we can just be done with it. A lot of the girls on the show want people to dispel and want people to admit these rumors, but when it is their turn, Ashley, Robin, Giselle, when it's your turn, you don't want to talk about it. Oh, well, I'm not talking about that. I'm not inviting her. I'm not doing this. She can't be welcome. Oh, I'm not speaking to her. I'm not talking to her. You want to do all that, but when it's the shoes on the other foot with all the other girls, then y'all want them to dispel it and talk about it, but you can't do the same thing. It's irritating. I'm just like, and that's what happened to Andy over here, got into Robin, because I'm just like, how you want to sit up here and try to put a paywall around talking about your whole situation with Juan? I don't want to hear about another woman. I don't want to hear about another woman going after Juan. I don't want to hear about that. I want to hear about Cop and State. That's what I want to hear about. Shit, okay. That's what we want to talk about. Well, Karen excuses herself. She walks away. Mia follows after her and goes up to Karen. She's like, look, I wanted to talk to you about just what just happened. And Mia tells Karen, like, you know, at the end of the day, because first of all, Karen wants to talk about it in front of Ray. Ray was just like, okay, well, you know, I mean, I don't want to hear it, so you excuse me. So she walks off. And Mia was just like, well, you know, Sharice said that you was over here at a restaurant with a man in PG County, or PG County, Prince George, and had sex with him in the bathroom, had a relationship with this man, this and third. Karen basically said, look, I'm a bad bitch. I'm 59 years old, and you know, people want me. People want me. That's just fact. She was like, look, I don't want to walk around and talk about all this and try to get this energy of this fake news, energy. So Mia was just like, okay, you can like skip over the whole conversation, but you know, I heard this last year, so I mean,
I don't think he knows Sharice. I heard this about Karen like last year, so we cannot put this all on Sharice.
And that's one thing with Mia, just like, okay, so you knew this situation, but you feed into the fire. You fed the girls the whole prostitute comment, and they talk about no, but you heard this before. And then when Sharice was telling you about it while at the bachelorette party, you want to act so like aloof, dumb, and act like you never heard it before, and feeding more into the fire. Mia's fake, and Karen, put her on notice, please. So Karen leaves. Ray and Karen start leaving. Why was Ray talking about? Do we really gotta go? He wanted to stay, okay? So Ashley and Giselle want to talk to Chris so bad. I don't know why. So Ashley asked Candace, she was like, can I talk to Chris, because like a lot of the stuff that he's been saying on Twitter has really been hurting my feelings, even though it happened 7 months ago, but you know, it really hurt my feelings.
Take away from the celebration of the evening. Who said I'm even going to be hostile or confrontational? Well, that's the problem. I never said I was going to be. That's the problem, is that we just don't know.
So, you know, Candace was just like, at the end of the day, he don't want to talk today. Like, maybe later on, but today he doesn't want to talk. I feel like all the girls know that this is the last day of filming, so depressed. So, as Ashley asks Candace and Candace says no, she then proceeds to walk over to Chris, because she said, this is immature for me to over here have to ask someone else to talk to someone else. He's grown, this and the third. I'm like, oh, okay, Ashley. Okay, because let it be Michael. You've been over here upset, right? So she tells him that, you know, the tweets hurt her feelings, and Chris is just like, at the end of the day, y'all are spreading rumors about me, and I'm going to defend myself. I'm not going to just sit here and not say nothing about y'all trying to defame my character and this and the third.
That I grabbed another woman's ass, and to sit here and suggest that I would do something inappropriate in the moment is up, disrespectful, and I don't with it, and I'm sorry.
And Ashley says, like, you know, well, your actions were a little bit questionable, and Chris blows up. He said, look, I got the... He walks off. I feel like he was about to overhear. I ain't gonna say that. But Chris just storms off, and he was over here pissed, and rightfully so.
I say that was bad. Did you think that was gonna go well? We're adults.
Everybody.
Our whole thing is Ashley's motives are always questionable to me, because she always get these sidebar information and these sidebar conversation for other people that were present. She wasn't there, so she's saying that your actions were questionable, but you didn't see it through in nobody else's eyes. You saw it through other people, but not yours. So now you want to speak on something that you didn't see again, and say and speak on it like it's facts. So now you're gonna look stupid at the reunion, speaking on things that you weren't present for, and it makes you look dumb. And now Chris is rightfully so upset, as he should. So Candace says, you know, Ashley is just jealous. That's what I got from it. Ashley's jealous. She was like, the charm life that I had, Ashley would dream of having it. You know, Candace calls the girls miserable, and the producers like zoom in on Giselle and Ashley's face, because I mean, who else are we talking about?
No matter what miserable people might try to.
So we see the final cars, and it was a cute little moment, but it was funny when with Mia, the editors threw her nothing but shade. Because you need to stop lying. Mia lied too much. Too much. And that was basically the end of the episode. Oh, I forgot. Robbie gets married.
For our boys, I hope that
secretly. So we over here see like this tropical breeze. I'm just like, okay, they in Jamaica. No, they're in Maryland, child. So Robin's just like, you know, when we went to Jamaica, it didn't feel right. I bet it didn't feel right, because if I was Robin's brother-in-law, I would say, girl, you're not getting married on my day. Are you crazy?
Are you crazy?
Or are you deranged? Both. Got it. So they came back, and I also feel like Bravo probably contacted her, was just like, hey Robin, you said you're going to Jamaica to film this wedding? Okay. Well, if you do, here's your pink slip. You remember what happened to Kenya Moore? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, even though Robin gets on my nerves, and, you know, she has her highs and lows, sometimes she can be just dumb. Woo, that girl can be dumb. But Robin has a huge, huge soft spot in my heart. I love Robin. I will always be a fan of Robin, even though, you know, there's times and seasons that, you know, she gets on my nerves, and times that, you know, she can be cool. But, you know, watching her wedding and the decor for her wedding, you know, the saxophone player, everything was so beautiful. Robin walked out. She looked drop dead gorgeous. And, you know, I'm happy for her. And I'm happy for everything with her family. You know, she has a beautiful family. Juan, he, you know, stepped up to the plate, married her again finally. But I know there's a but. I know. Robin, stop being so damn dumb. Because we're at Watch What Happens Live, and for Juan to have an outside relationship, quote unquote, with another woman, and it's just not okay. Because you want to act so cavalier about the situation, like, oh, everything is cool. And Juan is being also named in a lawsuit from Copy State. Andy sits her down and Watch What Happens Live. She with Ebony K. Williams, my girl. And he asked Robin, like, okay, so you're doing all this stuff. You're withholding information. You're putting the information behind the paywall. You are basically saying that you withhold this information. When all this infidelity stuff was coming up, even when Karen brought it up, he was like, you're on a show about your life, but now you want to sit up here, and after the show is wrapped, you want to try to basically let out the tea. And Robin's basically trying to say, well, do you want me just to put my hand up and volunteer to be picked? And Andy was like, no, that's not what it's about. To be honest, Andy, I have to agree with Robin on that part, because we all know what this is. At the end of the day, if you put out any type of information on these shows, everybody know there's a target in the season. And Robin knew that she ain't trying to be the target. Now, Robin's saying that this woman, the way she explained it just sounds so damn dumb. Because she's like, yeah, you know, this woman, she over here, live in Canada, she booked a trip. And
Juan was over here, he came down, and he over here put his car down at the hotel, but you know, nothing happened. The girl's trying to say this and the third. She dating a Ravens player. It doesn't make sense. Like, oh my God, I believe Juan, because why would he do anything else? He just put his car down, then he left. That was it, just to help her out, because she said she didn't have no money.
And that's it. So.
Okay, so so that was the only time they met in person?
Yes.
This could sound like BS to a lot of people.
No, it sounded like BS to me.
Okay.
Wait a damn minute.
girl, and Andy's like, so you believe this? Okay. I just feel like in that moment on Watch What Happens Live, Robin looked probably the best Robin looked ever. Looked stunning. But when I say she sounded so damn dumb, oh, Rob, I can't speak on if I know if it's true or not. Can't. I don't know their life. I don't know them like that. Juan seemed like a great dude. To not report incidents with your students is just weird to me. And like the justice that young man deserves, he needs to get his justice for being catfished by a coach. It's crazy. But the way Robin explained it made it seem like Juan was telling her whatever he could for her just to be like, okay, cool. But my whole thing that caught me, Robin said Juan had an outside situation during COVID, but then the story changed to Juan, nothing happened. So nothing happened, then how was an outside situation, Robin? I'm just saying, like, you saying one thing and saying another. It doesn't make sense to me, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments. A lot of people are saying that the reunion's gonna be boring. I don't like putting out Because a lot of people say a lot. They're like, oh, the season looks boring. The reunion looks boring. If I haven't seen it yet, I'm not going to speak on it. Because at the end of the day, it don't take much to entertain me. So, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.